march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom on the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may
remember what we're talking about in chapel? What's in the eggs? Are there things in the eggs?
Yeah, a toy.
It's kind of like a toy, you're right, it's small. What in the eggs? What are the eggs about? You're right, they're a story about Jesus. Does anybody know what holiday it helps go with? Good job, Easter. So Easter's special when you talk about Jesus because it's when Jesus does something super duper amazing, right? So today we're going to go through our eggs again, and our friends that open their eggs are going to tell the story a little bit, okay? So when your friends are up here and they're telling a story, you got to have what in your mouth? A bubble like this. Are you ready? So, first we do what? Where we talk about what comes out of the Bible. No. What comes out of the Bible? Our memory verse. Yes, Jesus comes from the Bible. You're right. Are you guys ready? So, he is not there. For he has risen. Matthew 28:6. Let's do it one more time. He is not here, for he has risen. Matthew 28:6. Good job. So I need my friend Jacob, I need my friend Bianca, I need my friend Gianna, and I need my friend Kaya. And I need two new friends. I need Ella and I need Jackson. Do you remember what color eggs you had? What color eggs did you have? Yeah. There's your blue egg. You had, no you didn't. You had. No, Jacob does. And then, you had orange? Here's your, and then Jackson, you can have yellow, green. Ella, you can have yellow. So can we line up? So Gianna's first, right here. Jacob next to her. Bianca next to her. Kaya next to her. Jackson next to Kaya. And Ella next to Jackson. Come stand next to Jackson. All right, good job. Come up, Jacob, or all your friends are going to know what's in the eggs. Are we ready? Are you ready now? Do you need my help? You got it? There you go. Don't drop it again. Okay, are we ready? So, we start off with, in Jesus' day, most people walked everywhere. Sometimes kings rode on donkeys or horses. When they entered the city, the people would stop at what they were doing and watch the king ride in. On this day, Jesus rode into the city. There were people who were thrilled to see him. They believed that he was their new king and he had come to save them and fill their lives with joy. The people showed their happiness by spreading tree branches and coats on the road. There was also their way of showing honor to Jesus, much like we might use a red carpet today. Jesus sent two disciples, saying, "Go into the village." Oh, my friends. If you can hear me, touch your nose. If you can hear me, catch a bubble. Okay, are we ready now? Okay. So Jesus told his disciples to go into the town and find a donkey. His disciples went and did as Jesus directed them. They brought a donkey and a colt and put on their cloaks, and he sat on them. Gianna, could you open the blue egg and tell us what's inside?
A donkey.
A donkey. Who rode the donkey?
Jesus.
Good job. So then next came our pink egg. So then one of the 12, whose name was Judas, went to the chief priest and said, "What will you give me if I deliver Jesus to you?" And they paid him 30 pieces of
Silver.
And from that moment on, he sought the opportunity to betray Jesus. Not everyone was happy that Jesus was the king. Some people only pretended to be happy. But on the inside, they really didn't want anything to do with him. One of these pretenders was a man named Judas. Some other men hated Jesus so much that they wanted to kill him. But they needed some help with someone who was close to Jesus. What's in your egg? Tell them, what's in there? What's in your egg, Jacob?
Money.
Money, 30 pieces of silver. So next is our purple egg, and it says, Jesus had a special dinner with his disciples, 12 of his closest friends, that way, who traveled with him and learned from him. During their meal, Jesus stood up and held up a... Oh, wait, switch with Kaya. Switch with Kaya. Beep. Okay, open yours. Jesus gave his friends a
Cup.
cup. And he said, "Take a drink. This wine represents my blood." He didn't mean real blood, but he wanted them to remember the special night and the promise that he made to them. Now it's your turn. Next, after the dinner with his disciples, Jesus took them to the garden, and he asked them to pray while he went to another place in the garden to talk to God alone. He began to be sad and dread what he knew was going to happen. Soon he was going to die. Jesus was willing to die for once. He said, "No one takes my life from me, but I lay it down on my own accord." So Bianca, what's in your eggs? Remember what kind of hand?
The praying.
The praying hands, because Jesus and the disciples went to pray in the garden, right? Okay, Mr. Jackson. Are you ready? When Jesus finished praying in the garden, the men who wanted to kill him took him as a prisoner. Then they brought Jesus to the ruler, and he had Jesus whipped. The whip that they used was long and hard, and it hurt Jesus so much that he bled. Jesus hadn't done anything wrong, and the men who wanted to kill him were afraid of losing power, so they wanted Jesus out of their way. They knew that if the people really believed Jesus was the Son of God, which he was, they would follow him. What's in your egg, Jackson?
No.
It's a whip. Can you tell them?
A whip.
Say it loud.
A whip.
So Jackson's green egg has a whip. And now we do Miss Ella. Ella. Peter began to invoke a curse on himself and to swear, "I do not know this man for whom he speaks." And immediately a rooster began to crow. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And Peter remembered what Jesus had said to him. "Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." And he broke down and cried. Ella, go ahead and open your egg. What's in there? Not a chicken, a rooster.
A rooster.
Good job, a rooster. So you may wonder what this rooster has to do with our Easter story. For Peter, the sound of the rooster crowing triggered great sadness and caused him to cry. Here's what happened. Peter was one of Jesus' closest friends. He promised to always be loyal. Jesus could depend on him, but that began to change when Peter realized that those who planned to kill Jesus might want to hurt him too. In fact, Peter was so afraid he denied even knowing Jesus. Do you know what denied means? It means, like if somebody asked me, do you know Miss Selena? Do I know Miss Selena? Yes, right? But if somebody asked me, do you know Miss Selena? And I went, no, I don't know her. I don't know that girl. That's denying. It's like I don't know who that person is. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. Okay, so Peter denied Jesus, but Peter knows who Jesus is, right? Yes, because he was one of his closest friends. Just that evening before, when Peter had promised to be loyal, Jesus told him that he would indeed deny knowing him, not just once or twice, but 3 times. And in fact, it happened just as Jesus said it would. The rooster was crowing when Peter remembered that Jesus had said, "Before the rooster crows twice, you will have denied me 3 times." Peter was so ashamed of himself that he went and cried. So that's the end of our eggs for today. We still have 6 more to do. So we'll keep going with our story. Okie dokie? Okie dokie? Thumbs up? Okay. If you have an egg, please close it and put it back in. And then we'll do some more dancing. And then we'll do our birthday. And then we'll say our prayer. And then we'll do our craft. Your teachers already have your craft today, okay? So you don't need to wait for me. Got it? Okay. Go ahead and put your eggs up. If you're up here dancing, I need you to sit down because we gotta do our prayer. No, wait. Mila, come up here, please. No, go sit down. Why are you up here?
My birthday.
It's your birthday. How old are you?
5.
What? You're 5? That's pretty cool. Are you ready? Everybody's got to help me sing to Mila. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you show me how we pray? Dear God, thank you for telling us the story of how Jesus rose again. We can't wait to finish our Easter eggs. In God's name we pray. Amen. Amen. That's the end of our chapel. Today